Hello, hi friend. My name is Bittu Tiwari and today we will discuss on Maharashtra Set 2019 paper of mathematical analysis. We start question number first. Let for n belongs to natural number in is equals to 0 1 by n, open interval of 0 1 by n, jn is equals to closed interval of 0 1 by n, and kn is equals to left closed interval n to infinity, and ln is equals to left closed interval n to infinity. Which of the following set is non-empty? Okay. सॉरी, ये आपका जो है लेफ्ट ओपन इंटरवल है. Which of the following set is non-empty? First option, intersection n varying from 1 to infinity in, means denumerable intersection of in. Second option B, intersection n varying from 1 to infinity jn. C option is the intersection n varying from 1 to infinity kn. D option is the intersection n going from 1 to infinity ln. That means in all options here intersection is a denumerable intersection. ठीक है. Now we discuss in is equals to this. That means if we put n is equals to 1, okay, this is defined on this type, and we put n is equals to 1, in is equals to I1 is equals to 0 1. Second, if we put n is equals to 2, we find I2 is equals to 0 1 by 2. If we take intersection of I1 and I2, if we take finite intersection I1 and I2, this is open interval 0 to 1, and this is open interval 0 to 1 by 2. 1 by 2, that means 1 by 2 lies between 0 and 1. Let us suppose that this is our 1 by 2. Okay. If we take I2 on real line 0 1, that means if we take I1 I2 I3 in and n जो है 1 to infinity वेरी. ओके. अभी I1 intersection I2 intersection I3, how many times? In and so on. If we take denumerable intersection of in, we find answer will be 5, which is a empty set. Okay. Asked in the questions non-empty, in which answers the answer is non-empty, but answer A is a empty set. That means option is A is a wrong option. Now we move on next option, option B. In this options discuss on Jn. So we take n is equals to 1 2 3 and so on. ठीक है. Jn is equals to closed interval 0 1 by n. J1 is equals to 0 1. J2 is equals to 0 1 by 2. If we take intersection J1 and J2, then our answer will be singleton 0. If we take J1 intersection J2, then our answer will be singleton 0, and this is a non-empty set, and this set is a non-empty because its set is not equals to 5. Here it is a singleton 0. If we take denumerable intersection of Jn, where Jn is the closed interval 0 to 1 by n, so our option B is a correct option. Next we move on option C, Kn, and here Kn is the open interval n to infinity. Here if we take denumerable intersection of Kn, our answer will be empty set. Okay, so option C is also a wrong option. Next we move on option D, ln is equals to left closed interval n to infinity, and if we take intersection, denumerable intersection of ln, its answer will also empty set. So next option 4th is also our wrong option. Question number first, true option is the option B. Denumerable intersection of Jn is a non-empty set, and intersection, what intersection? Denumerable intersection In, Kn and Ln will be empty set. Finally option B is a correct option. Next we move on question number 2nd. Now see the statement of question number 2nd. Let fxy is equals to mod sin x minus sin y, xy belongs to real number, then option first is the fxy less than equals to mod x for all xy. For all xy, this condition is hold. Option second, fxy less than equals to mod x minus y for all xy. Option C is the fxy not equals to 0 for x not equals to y. If x not equals to y, then this condition is a hold. And the next option, option D, is the fxy greater than equals to mod y for all x and y. ओके, अब यहाँ पे गिवन है एफ एक्स वाई इज इक्वल्स टू मोड साइन एक्स minus sin y, and we know that sin this value means sin x minus sin y mod less than equals to mod x minus y, and this condition is hold for all x and y. We know that sin x minus sin y mod less than equals to mod x minus y, and this condition is hold for all x and y. So our option, and this is equals to fxy. So our option number second, that means option B, is the true option. First told fxy less than equals to mod x for all xy. Okay, so by counter example we eliminate option A, fxy not equals to 0 for x not equals to y, and by counter example option C is also we eliminate. Fourth option is the fxy greater than equals to mod y for all xy. By counter example we also eliminate option D. Finally option B use result and find option B is the correct answer. Okay, next we move on next question, question number 3rd. Read the statement of question number 3rd. Okay, all questions are very easy questions. Question number 3rd. Question number 3rd statement is limit superior of the sequence. Given this is sequence is given and find limit superior. limit superior of this sequence. Let us suppose that this is the sequence xn is equals to this. Limit superior. Option first is 3/2, option second 2, option C is 1 and option D is 0. Okay. In this type of question, we break in even and odd. Okay. Sequence xn is equals to the first and third is a negative term and fifth is also a negative term. First, third, fifth, this is our positive 4/3. Okay. 1, 3, 5 and 7. Its odd term sequence is a negative sequence and even term sequence member is a positive member. So we break it into an even and odd sequence. This is minus n plus 1 by n if n is odd. If n is odd, and positive n plus 1 by n if n is even. If this type of questions asked in CSIR NET exam, either in GATE exam or in Maharashtra set, then this type of question we will solve this technique. Okay. And our next work is the find the limit at this and this. Means limit n tends to infinity, xn is equals to limit n tends to infinity minus n plus 1 by n, and this limit will be minus 1. Okay. And find if n is even, limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 by n. The limiting value of n plus 1 by n will be 1. Now we have to find limit superior. Limit superior, and after this situation we take what limit is maximum or minimum. ठीक है. The limit in this case is maximum and in this case is a minimum, because maximum of 1 minus 1 will be 1. So limit superior of this sequence xn is 1 and limit inferior in this sequence is minus 1. But asked in this question limit superior of this sequence. So our answer will be 1. So option C is a true option and option A, B, D is a wrong option, because here we told limit superior. If question asked in limit inferior, so our answer will be minus 1. But this asked limit superior of this sequence, so limit superior of this sequence is 1 and its limit superior find in this technique or trick. Okay. Next question. Question number 5th. Next question C. Question number 5th. See the statement of question number 5th. Question number 5th is the very easy questions. It is based on skew symmetric matrix. Sorry, question number जो 5th asked in symmetric complex matrix. but not a skew symmetric matrix. Okay, let V denotes the vector space of n cross n symmetric complex matrices over real number, then dimension of V as a vector space over real number is option first is n square, option second n square plus n by 2, option C is n square plus n, and option D is n square minus n. Okay, V denotes the vector space of n cross n symmetric complex matrix over real number. That means C over R. V is equals to C over R is a symmetric matrix. Which type of matrix? Symmetric matrix. Okay, and we know that by result dimension of C over C is equals to 1, dimension of R over R is equals to 1, and dimension of R over Q is equals to infinity, dimension of C over real number is equals to 2. Dimension of B as a vector space over real number is asked over real number, complex number over real number, and we know that dimension of C over C of a symmetric matrix. C over C symmetric matrix, the dimension is n into n plus 1 by 2, and asked in this question dimension of B as a vector space over real number, and V is a complex matrix, so its dimension C over R asked, dimension of symmetric matrix C over R, so we multiply 2 into dimension of C over C, so 2 into dimension this n into n plus 1 by 2, 2 cancel out, so our answer will be n into n plus 1 or n square plus n. Okay, so option A is a wrong option, B also a wrong option, option C is the true answer. Option D, n square minus n, this is true for skew symmetric matrix. Question is same, but asked let V denotes the vector space of n cross n skew symmetric matrix over real number, then dimension of V as a vector space over R is, then its answer will be n square minus n. This is for skew symmetric matrix, but in this question asked for symmetric matrix, so our answer true is the option C, and option D is also a wrong option. Okay, next we move on. Question number 6. Question number 6 is a linear algebra question. So see the statement of question number 6. Question number 6 is also a very good question, and its solution is very easy. Question number 6. Let T such that Rn tends to Orion be defined as Te1 conjugate is equals to 0 conjugate, Tej conjugate is equals to Ej minus 1, where j varying from 2, 3 and so on n, where E1 conjugate, E2 conjugate and so on En conjugate is the standard basis of Rn. Here told E1 conjugate, E2 conjugate, En conjugate is the standard basis of Rn, then option A, T is non-linear, option B, T is idempotent, option C, kernel T is equals to singleton 0, and option D is T is nilpotent. Okay. see the solution. Mapping T is Rn to Rn, okay, and defined by this process T E1 is equals to 0. Here we not use E1 conjugate, here we use TE1 because it is comfortable for me, okay. TE1 is equals to 0 and TEJ is equals to EJ minus 1, where J varying from 2, 3 and so on n. Let us take, in this type of questions we take n is equals to 2, 3, 4 because it make a 2 by 2 matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix, 4 cross 4 matrix, or it make n matrix of order 2, L matrix of order 3, L matrix of order 4. So we take n is equals to 4 because we check non-linear idempotent kernel T contains 0 vector, T is nilpotent. So if we take n is equals to 4, our answer is find out for which option is a correct option, okay. N is equals to 4, then TE1 is equals to 0, and in Rn n is equals to 4, that means standard basis is E1, E2, E3 and E4, ठीक है. T1 is equals to 0, so E1, E2, E3, E4 write in a linear combination is 0 into E1 plus 0 into E2 plus 0 into E3 plus 0 into E4, and the coefficients of E1, E2, E3, E4 write in the first column, that means in C1 means 0, 0, 0, 0, 4 by 4. TE2 E2 is equals to 2 minus 1, that means E1 is equals to 1 into E1 plus 0 into E2 plus 0 into E3 plus 0 into E4, okay. The coefficient of E1, E2, E3, E4 in increasing order write in second column, that means 1, 0, 0, 0, okay. TE3 is equals to 3 minus 1, 2, E2, 0 into E1 plus 1 into E2 plus 0 into E3 plus 0 into E4, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, write in third column 0, 1, 0, 0. TE4 because mapping T such that R4 tends to R4 and its standard basis will be E1, E2, E3 and E4. So our matrix became an 4 order matrix. TE4 is equals to E3 is equals to 0 into E1 plus 0 into E2 plus का 1 into E3 plus 0 into E4. So in the fourth column 0, 0, 1, 0 we write. This is our matrix T. First option told T is non-linear. T is non-linear. T1 this type of matrix, T2 this type of matrix, sum of this type of matrix is also a this type of matrix, and scalar multiple, if we multiply scalar alpha in this matrix then answer will be same, okay. That means this matrix T is a linear matrix, but option A told T is non-linear, so option A is a wrong option. Second, B, T is idempotent. Idempotent, that means T square is equals to T. If we take T square, then its answer not equals to T because its diagonal element 0 and its super diagonal, sum of its super diagonal element is non-zero, okay. So its kernel T is equals to singleton 0, its rank is 3 and matrix order is 4, so it has at least one non-zero element contained in the kernel of T, and this option C told this is only singleton zero contained, so option C is also a wrong option. Option B is also a wrong option. Option D, T is idempotent. Yes, T raised to power 3 is equals to 0 and T not equals to 0, T raised to power 2 not equals to 0, so this is the nilpotent matrix. क्या है? This is nilpotent matrix. So option D is the true answer. A, B, C is the wrong option, and finally option D is the true answer. In this type of questions, we take n is equals to 2 and solve this type of answers. If we take n is equals to 3, then also solve in this type of options, and n is equals to 4, then it also solve and give the correct answer. Okay, next question number 8. The statement of question number 8 is, suppose A and B are mutually exclusive events having probabilities of events A is equals to 0.25, probability of event B is equals to 0.35. What is the probability that A occurs but B does not? Told probability that A occurs but B does not occur. Okay, option given: A is 0.1, B is 0.25, C is 0.4 and option D is 0.6. A and B are mutually exclusive events. In this question, statement given mutually exclusive events, that means intersection of events A and B is equals to 0. So its probability is equals to 5. So only probability of A is the probability that A occurs but B does not occur, and probability of events A are given. Probability of events A is 0.25, so it is our required answer. Option B true is option A, C, D wrong option हो गया. Finally option B is the correct answer. Next we move on question number 9th. The statement of question number 9th is, the graph given below shows the bounded feasible region in shaded portion for the problem max z is equals to 2x1 plus x2 minus 12, where non-negative restriction is x1 x2 greater than equals to 0 and subject to the constraints not given because the graph is given. Okay, next given the objective function attains, told objective function attains its maximum for what values in this region, bounded portion in which value give the objective function maximum value. Okay, C 0.00 point PQ. So finally C OPQRSTU is our shaded portion, so it is our common portion also. We take which value lies on this common portion boundary. 3. Point P coordinate we write x g 4, y axis 0, q x axis 4, y axis पे 2, x axis cover 3 distance and y axis 4. So coordinate of r is 3 4. Point S, x axis take 2 and y axis take 6. That means coordinate of point S is 2 6. Finally S coordinate is 1 and 7. U x 0 y 7. ये 0 0. O is 0 0. Okay. 1 7 yes. 3 4 yes. It is our boundary point. 3 3 this is not our boundary point in the common portion. So option C never be the true option. Option D x1 3 and x2 5. 3 5 this is also not lie on the boundary of this common portion. So this never be true answer. Now option A or B is a true option. Finally we give only one option true. So we check max z. Max z is equals to 2x1 plus x2 minus का 12. Max z at the point 1 7 is equals to 2 into 1 plus 7 minus 12. 2 plus 7 minus 12 9 minus 12 is equals to minus 3. And at the point 3 4 max z is equals to 3 into 1 2 into 3 plus x2 4 minus का 12. 6 minus 6 plus 4 minus 12. 10 minus 12 is equals to minus 2. Maximum of minus 3 and minus 2 is equals to minus 2. The maximum value at the point 3 4 is minus 2. So in the 3 4 the function in this shaded portion 3 4 give the optimum value in the term of maximum is minus 2 and the point is 3 4. That means x1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 4. So our answer B is the true and option A is a wrong option. C or D also a wrong option. Okay. Finally question number 9th. Graph is given. In this graph we select which point lies in the common portion boundary. Option first point and option second point lies on the boundary of this common portion. So we check 1 7 max z and 3 4 max z. In 1 7 and 3 4 which value gives maximum? So this is our required answer. So option B is a true and A C D is a wrong answer. ठीक है. Next question, question number 10th. See the statement of question number 10th. Which of the following statement is true with respect to the optimal solution? In optimal solution, respect is for which option is correct? LPP, linear programming problem. Option A told every LPP has an optimal solution. Option second, optimal solution of an LPP occurs only at an extreme point of the convex set of feasible solution. Option C, if optimal solution exists, then there will be always at least one at the corners of the set of feasible solution. Option D, every feasible solution is an optimal solution. So first of all we check option 4. In the previous question, question number 9th, we see The feasible solution 3, 4 is also a feasible solution. 1, 7 is also a feasible solution. But 3, 4 give an optimal solution. 3, 4 give an optimal solution and 1, 7 is not give an optimal solution, but both are feasible solution. So option D told every feasible solution is an optimal solution, but 1, 7 is a feasible solution and it not form a optimal solution. So option D is a wrong option. By counter example, if your mind have an counter example, then you easily eliminate the options, and if you eliminate easily options, so you give also an correct option. Okay. Option A told every LPP has an optimal solution. Let us suppose that given LPP has an unbounded solution, so this option is also a wrong option. Every LPP has an optimal solution. If LPP has an unbounded solution, so it has not an optimal solution. So option first is also a wrong option, because I have an counter example. By this counter example, if we take given LPP is an unbounded solution, so option first is eliminate. Option B, optimal solution of an LPP occurs only at the extreme point of the convex set of feasible solution. Extreme point, maximum point. See, maximum in the question number 9th, you see maximum point is this, but optimum value give 3, 4. So this option also an wrong option. Optimal solution of an LPP occurs only at an extreme point, means either maximum point or an minimum point of the convex set of feasible solution. So B option is also a wrong option. Its all options are solved by question number 9th. Okay. C option, if optimal solution exists, then there will be always at least one at the corners of the set of feasible solution. Yes, this is the corners of the feasible solution. It is a true option. Finally, option C is the true option. We solve these options by question 9th. Okay, and give the option C is the true answer. A, B and D is the wrong option. Next we move on the question number 11th. Question number 11th is the question of real analysis, and this question is a good question. Let X and Y be bounded subsets of real number and let Z is equals to X union Y. If we take supremum of Z union change in the maximum, means supremum of Z is equals to X union Y given, and X, Y be the bounded set of real number, means X be the bounded subset of real number, Y be the bounded subset of real number. So if we have to find the supremum of Z, then we take maximum, supremum X and supremum Y. This is our supremum of Z and this is our required answer. Supremum of Z, supremum X, supremum Y in this set give maximum value, which give maximum value, then it is called supremum of Z. Check the option. Z need not be bounded. Z need not be bounded. If given set X and Y, then we told about this and this. So this is our result because this is our calculation work. So supremum z is equals to maximum supremum x supremum y. Okay, so option B true answer. Option B is the true answer. Here in this type of question only one option is correct. One option is correct, which is option B. Z need not be bounded. X bounded, Y bounded, union also in a bounded set. This told need not be bounded, so wrong option. Need not have supremum. We calculate supremum of z is equals to this, and option C told need not have supremum, and we calculate its supremum, and option C told need not have supremum. C option also a wrong option. D, z has maximum. Z has maximum. It has supremum z. It told maximum, so this also a wrong option. Finally, option B is the true answer. A, C and D is the wrong option. Okay, thank you friends for watching my video.